quick on his feet. Whiz Kid's a name, and boy, he's neat.
That's right.
Trouble calls, he's always near with a grin on his face, and he'll graze a fair.
That's super bright.
His sidekick.
Whiz Kid Superhero Sidekick, Episode 4, Part 1. Listeners to another thrilling adventure of Whiz Kid. Tonight, we meet a new face in the world of our mild-mannered hero, Betty Carter, a sharp and clever graduate teaching assistant who works alongside Charles Whiz Whitley at Willowbrook College. But little does Betty know that her colleague Charlie leads a double life as the city's unsung crime-solving genius, Whiz Kid. Will Betty uncover his secret? Or will Charles continue to balance his quiet academic life with his heroic alter ego? Let's dive into tonight's tale titled Whiz Kid's Secret. It was a crisp autumn morning at Willowbrook College. The air was fresh and the leaves were a riot of oranges and reds. Inside the cozy, book-filled library, Charles Whitley sat hunched over a stack of ungraded papers. A man immersed in his work. Or so it seemed to anyone passing by. Across from him, seated at another desk, was Betty Carter. Bright-eyed and quick-witted, she was the perfect match for Charles in both intellect and dedication to their studies. Betty had no idea that her unassuming colleague was, in fact, the brilliant Whiz Kid who had helped bring so many criminals to justice. To her, Charles was just a mild-mannered, somewhat awkward teaching assistant. As Charles flipped through the student papers, his thoughts were elsewhere. He wasn't just a grad student, he was also always alert, always ready for the next emergency that might require his unique skills. The city had been calm for the past few days, but Charles knew better than to relax, and sure enough, his instincts were right. The library doors swung open with urgency, and in strode none other than Detective Colton. Colton had grown used to calling on Whiz Kid for help, though he still resented the idea that a young academic could do what his entire police force struggled with. Whitley, Colton's voice was low but firm, his usual no-nonsense tone. "We've got a situation and I need your help. It's one of those tricky cases." Charles stiffened. He knew exactly what that meant. Another criminal on the run, another escape plot involving air travel that only Whiz Kid could unravel. But how could he get away from Betty without arousing her suspicion? Betty glanced up from her desk, eyeing the detective, and then looking at Charles with curiosity. "What's going on, Charlie? Since when are you helping the police with situations?" Charles forced a smile, trying to appear casual. "Oh, nothing serious. Colton here just needs some help with travel plans. You know, flights can get pretty complicated sometimes." Betty raised an eyebrow, clearly amused but also a little suspicious. "Really? You're helping him book flights now? What, are you moonlighting as a travel agent?" Charles laughed nervously, his mind racing. "Yeah, something like that." But inside, Charles knew that Colton's visit wasn't about something as mundane as travel plans. He was here because the Clockwork Bandit, one of the city's most elusive criminals, was planning his next heist. And his getaway was once again timed down to the second. Tune in next time for more about Whiz Kid the Superhero Sidekick, right here on WDDR.